Hello there. This is
Hi
Nancy,
guys.
my mummy. She survived.
Before we start, I would just like to say a few words to thank you all so very much for your love and your kindness and your prayers, because I think it was because of those that I made it through. Thank you very, very much, and God bless you all.
Yeah, thank you so much for your love, your support, your healing energy, your light. Just, the asking how she is, everything that you guys have done has worked wonders. And we have living proof of a miracle sitting right here.
Thank you, and I'd like to apologise about my hair.
Don't worry about her hair. She gave me mine as well. You should be apologising about that hair. So I asked Mum if she would like to come in with me today for the energy update, and she said yes, because she's feeling up to it. It's been 2 weeks tomorrow post-op, and day by day Mum is healing, she is recovering, she is getting through, she is optimistic, she's happy, she's hopeful. You're every good thing, aren't you? So Mum wanted to come in on this today, and I'm going to touch on the energy. I don't feel I need to do the cards because I've had a lot of information through this week, and I'm going to just touch on what's come through for the collective, and then I'd like a little brief discussion really on wholeness, twin flame wholeness, and what it means and how important it is to be whole before union can actually take
absolutely.
place. Well, actually being whole equals union, funnily enough. So firstly, guys, the energy for this week is two things that have come through. One being the feminine, divine feminines out there. What came through to me in my vision and in my dream state were the divine feminine collective. Getting rid, I told you this dream, didn't I, when it happened the other day? So we are getting rid of our dirty laundry. And how did you explain that to me? Because I was telling you about it. And there's a saying, isn't there?
Yeah.
What was it?
I can't remember. You'll have to go over that dream with me again.
So we were having a performance, and I was on the stage and I was taking control of improvisation, and all of the divine feminines were taking off their underwear, and we were stacking it in a pile, and it was all of this dirty underwear that we no longer needed. And after I engaged the audience, so there was a mass amount of people and everybody was engaged, and I went into the auditorium and I was placing flowers in vases all around this auditorium. And in the corner was a pile of every single woman's dirty underwear.
Right, that's getting rid of the negativity, because where you look where the underwear is, it's on the root chakra, and the root chakra is where self-worth should be made available to each and every person on this planet. The root chakra, my darlings, holds in it, when it's blocked, you will have obsessions, you will have panic attacks, you'll be disorientated, you'll feel unworthy. That's why when a union, forgive me for a moment, but when a sexual union takes place, it's because it's pure love, not a one-night stand, because that's a completely different thing altogether. That's a karmic situation. But when you're making love truly, that chakra is being opened and it's availing the soul to feel worthy.
Let me step in on that, which is why the Kundalini awakens when you finally make love in the physical with your twin. That's why the Kundalini awakening takes place.
Correct.
Okay?
Correct.
So, because we're getting rid of the dirty underwear,
yes,
it's basically saying that we're getting rid of the obsession, the unworthiness, the every negative aspect of what we've been holding on to in our sacral chakra.
Correct.
We are now releasing, okay? Which is going to put us into a healthier
mindset.
State. Yeah, not only mind, but body, spirit, everything encompassed with that. Now, when we go through these, I mean, when I talk to people about this and I say we're clearing this and we're clearing that and clearing this, people think that we're going to wake up one day and think, wow, I feel amazing. What happens is that you're going through a process. And when you are clearing things, you are being triggered along the way. There is a lot of purging and a lot of triggering. And it can take us into a deeper aspect of ourselves that we need to cleanse out. So it can be a very difficult process to be on. So just be very mindful of that as well. Because, you know, I say these things and people think, oh, happy days. Yes, they are happy days coming in, but you've got to go through the process to be able to clear it out before you can have the clearing. So just be mindful of that process, guys, okay? Be very mindful of the stages that you're going through with this process and the clearing out of this energy, all right? Now, another thing that I have for the collective are the divine masculines and how they are going to be coming in with communication. Because I had another vision with my twin, and I had correspondence, didn't I? The letters with the letters and the letters. I told you this was last night's dream. And what happened was he was giving me signs within my dream, and he gave me a letter within a letter and a letter, and within these letters he made me a calendar, and he incorporated in this calendar every chapter of my life, okay? And I said to him in the dream, because I found him and I was giving him a kiss and a cuddle, and he just stepped out of the shower in my dream, and he was wearing a white robe. And this is, of course, the divine masculines going through their cleansing process as well. And I said to him, I know what you're doing. You were putting in my life chapter within this calendar. He said, yeah, I did. This is what I was doing. And I said, so what about the rest of it? And he said, well, that's for me and you now. The rest of it is our chapter. So I know that another level of, I would say,
emotional awakening.
Yeah, emotional awakening is happening, but in a union state.
Yes.
Togetherness.
A joint.
Yes. Togetherness. So whether that means more commitment is coming, truth, vulnerability, because we're both going through cleansing process, okay? So of course we are ascending again, because we're constantly going through ascension anyway, okay? So this is another chapter now that is going to be coming in for the collective, all right? I think that was
what you wanted to do.
Yeah, that was for the collective.
Yeah.
Now with you, I said to Mum that I would like to talk about twin flame wholeness and what that means about being whole. You know, what it's like to be looking at your twin and constantly seeking the validation from your twin, and how detrimental that can be to union. Okay, and what complements union, you know, where are you? Because if you constantly think that you're in default, or not default, you're lacking, you know, you have to do this in order to get union, you have to do that to get to union, you have to do this, you're constantly going to be trying to get to union, you know. And I don't want you guys to feel that you have onus on yourselves, because you don't. You really don't. You are perfectly whole already.
Absolutely.
You know, and it's about retraining yourself and reprogramming yourself to believe that you have everything today. You're not lacking in anything.
Absolutely not.
You're not lacking. You don't have to do rituals. You don't have to do this. You don't have to do that. You don't have to do anything but just be you and just love you for all that you are. You know, if you constantly think I'm lacking this and this is why this isn't happening, you're constantly going to be chasing that. You're never going to have the result you want because you constantly think that you're lacking.
Your expectations become unreachable.
Yeah. And the truth of the matter is that you've got it all today, right now, here, in the present moment. You are everything you need. You're not lacking in anything. You don't need to be searching or trying to validate who you are and, you know, looking to external influences to gain the clarity of who you are, your essence.
Yeah.
You're whole already now, you know?
Absolutely.
And I think that took me a while because I used to do all of that.
I know.
You know,
Yeah.
the rituals and, you know, I've got to work on this area of my life and I've got to see to this trigger and I've got to see to that and I've got to do this in order for union to take place and to happen. And the truth of the matter is,
you're already there.
I was always there, wasn't I?
We all are.
Yeah,
we all are. What we have to do is own us. Own who we are. We are unique. Each and every one of us is unique. We are a product of love. We are an essence of light and love. The twin flame, you always, always, always know who it is. You just do.
In here.
Absolutely. Absolutely. No one's going to come in and give you a missing piece of yourself. What people do when they come in is enhance what you have. They're the friends. They're the ones that love us. They're the ones that make us shine because they bring out that light.
Yeah.
The ones that come in to teach us lessons are the ones that are cutting with their words. What do you put that on today for? You look ridiculous. Well, actually, I'll put it on because I like it. Yeah, but you look ridiculous. Well, don't look at me. See, that's my answer. If you don't, whatever you think of me is actually none of my business. It's what I think of me that is important. It's how I conduct myself that's important. My conscience is my God. It's who I am. And you go through life and you're going to have your teachers. Your teachers are the ones that bring you pain because only pain can teach you. And the lessons we learn are from what we class as a word, the enemy. But in retrospect, when you look at that, the enemy turns out to be the true friend simply because they've taught you something that you needed to learn. Not because you've got to travel through this lifetime buying each other coffees. It's not about that.
Yeah.
Okay?
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely right. Because at the end of the day, we all carry an aspect of every single thing. We are capable of being mean, spiteful, hurtful, loving, kind, generous. Each and every single one of us embody every aspect. But it's how we choose to live on a daily basis.
Yes.
And I'll be honest with you, if I'm being horrible to someone one day, I don't like myself that day. I'm already telling myself that's not an aspect of myself I like.
No.
Therefore, I would prefer to be a nicer person.
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
So, but I'm not gonna penalise myself or keep punishing myself for having an off day.
No.
I have to embrace those off days
Of course.
because it teaches me something about myself.
Exactly. Listen,
So you have to be grateful
for those days.
for those days.
Oh, absolutely.
Right? But we're constantly learning something about ourselves. Constantly. I mean, through this experience with you, with what you've been through since the 30th of March, since the dissection started happening.
Yeah.
And I was sitting next to Mum the day before the operation on the 17th of June up in London. And I was sitting next to Mum by her bed and I could see the fear in my mum's eyes and my mum could see the fear in my eyes. And I was trying to be strong and I was failing.
Miserably.
Miserably, because all I could do was cry. And I'm sitting there looking at my mum thinking, I can't even put into words how much you mean to me.
Huh.
Right?
Yeah.
I can't even put it into words. There was no words to express how much love I have for you, how scared I was of losing you, right? And there was so much I wanted to say. So much I wanted to say. You know, we didn't know if you were going to survive the operation.
No.
And it came to the crunch. And vulnerability was there. But I didn't want to say goodbye.
No.
I didn't want to say the words goodbye. I didn't want to give you a goodbye.
No.
And then I thought, if I don't give you a goodbye, what if you do go? And then I'm going to regret not giving you a goodbye. But I couldn't do it. I couldn't do that. Because, one, that was my selfishness, right? But I can't imagine my world without you. But everything I wanted to say to you, I couldn't.
Because you weren't meant to.
No, I wasn't meant to. But look how scary being vulnerable is.
Yes.
Look how scary that emotion is. When you're confronted head on and you're there in front of someone who you love that much.
Yeah.
And it was impossible for it to come out of my mouth. All I could utter was, I love you.
Yeah.
Because at the end of the day, actually, that's all that actually matters is love, right?
Yeah.
That was enough.
Yeah.
That's all we needed.
Yeah. Love is all you need. I mean,
Literally,
that really
that's all
is.
you need. But I'm not talking about romantic love. I'm talking about actual, real love.
Yeah, acceptance.
Acceptance.
Unconditional.
Unconditional love. Not just for twin, but for your
Yourself.
mum, your dad, your siblings, your aunties, your uncles, your foster parents, your adopted parents, whoever it is that
Your friends.
You've got your friends. Every single person in your life, even your enemies. It's just about love at the end of the day. And most importantly, it's knowing who you are and loving yourself.
Absolutely.
Completely and utterly,
Absolutely.
fully. If someone is not doing you right, stand up for yourself. What are you doing? Why would you let someone walk all over you? Absolutely. Even if it's your twin flame.
Yeah.
And they are doing something that is not within your own worth and what you're deserving of, you tell them, unacceptable, sorry.
Totally.
Don't care who you are, I don't care if we're joined at the hip or not. And Mum will tell you, you know, as close as we are, if there's anything that we do, we say it.
Absolutely.
You have to be honest.
You have to be honest.
And true.
Yeah. If you don't live your truth, you might as well not live at all.
No. But you've got to fight the fear of the vulnerability as well, because I know how difficult that is.
It is difficult.
It's very difficult.
And I think until you're brought into a situation where you have to face that fear, like I did 2 weeks ago today, the night before the op, I realised, you know, you get a lot of time to think when you're in hospital and there's no visitors and stuff like that, and you're just relying on your own resources. And when you look within and you see and feel that divine love, believe me, that strength, it's there, it's just there, and it carries you. And you know, the universe has got a really funny way of showing you that everything's going to be okay. My allocated nurse was called Angel. The nurse behind the nurse's desk was called Comfort. I thought that was amazing.
That is amazing.
They were incredible. I felt safe. I was afraid. And then I wasn't afraid. And then I was afraid, and then I wasn't afraid. And I think that's perfectly normal and perfectly natural to face your fears, because if you don't face them, you will never overcome them.
Exactly.
And you know what the universe is like. If you don't face a lesson that they give you, trust me, they'll give it back another time.
Yeah,
so you might as well flipping well do it when it's offered, because then you can move on quicker.
Yeah, exactly. And I mean, you were on death's door.
Yes.
Literally, that's where you were.
Yes, I was. I should have died on the 30th of March. My consultant surgeon said he didn't know why I was still alive. Obviously, guys, there must be a reason why I'm still alive. And if it's to be, as I've always been in servitude, and I don't want any sympathy. That's what I chose. I love me giving. I love it. It's who I am. It's who I am. But obviously God's got another plan, and I'm part of that, and I'm excited. I want to get the healing process over with. I've had an amazing nurse. I've had all of your love that you guys have sent me. Thank you. I've rejoiced in the experience that I've had. I've owned it because it was mine. It was given to me, and it was given to me for a reason, so that I can be there for others. And hey ho, let me do it. You know, if anybody ever needs anything, even a word, just get in touch with me.
Absolutely. Do it.
It's all you've got to do.
It's
all
worth
you've
it.
got to do.
And you know what, guys? Miracles happen.
Oh, yes, they do. And here I am to prove it. Yeah.
I'm sitting next to a miracle. And what I've been through in the last month with you, in terms of growth, is that I have witnessed the level of love that has come from all corners of the world. And just people stepping up and just being there.
Absolutely.
Offering love for nothing in return.
Absolutely.
Just being there.
Do you know nothing can ever match love?
Oh,
not
wow.
$1 million,
Wow.
not $1 billion.
And the truth is, why do we deprive ourselves of it?
Because we're afraid of it. Why would you be afraid?
The lesson for me is, you know, love is the utmost, most important thing in the world. And love of self.
Oh,
you know, when I look at people and I see them allowing others to treat them in certain ways and, you know, disrespect.
They are demeaning themselves.
And I think you're worth so much more.
Yeah, absolutely.
So much more.
Yeah.
And fear is the only thing stopping you. And the feeling of lack, the lack of worth, the lack of respect, the lack of love. And if only you could see how amazing you are and how much you're loved. And if you could just give that love that you've given to us, strangers that you don't even know, if only you could focus that back to yourselves. Imagine the miracles that could happen in your lives.
It's what is known as positive cellular growth.
And just think, all of you guys aided in this healing process. So imagine what you can do for yourselves. Right?
Absolutely, absolutely.
So we just wanted to thank you.
Thank you.
And hopefully left you with something to think about.
And may God bless each and every one of you on your journeys. Because you know something? Life is a journey full of challenges. And boy, do we get through them.
Yeah, we kick ass, we do. I hope you do. And I love you all. So this is this week's energy update.
God bless.
And I'll see you next week. I'll be back in Spain, by the way. I'm leaving this one.
To fend for myself.
Yeah. My dad's the new nurse. Anyway, I love you guys.
Love you.